Lights on. Welcome to our new set, Trini Knockabout here again. We're in the kitchen and we're going to be making dhalpuri, stewed chicken, and a nice murtani. Stay tuned, you don't want to miss it. Some of the ingredients we have today, starting with the dhalpuri. We have obviously split peas or dal. I have some flour, all-purpose flour, saffron, baking powder, and roasted jeera. To flavor the dal for the roti, we're going to be using some pimentos, some hot pepper, and garlic. And also we're going to be making the murtani. In murtani, we got some nice baigan to roast. Obviously, can't forget the green seasoning. Normal thing, shadow benny, saif and celery. We're going to be putting some tomatoes in it. You're looking for the nice, ripe, red tomatoes. Okra. Again, these okra are real cheap. And some onion, right? So let me get started one time. So, pot boiling water. You're going to put in the dal. Just make sure and get all inside it. I'm not going to cover the pot. I'm going to leave the pot open because I want to see what's going on. I don't want to forget it to get too soft, right? Okay, so to the dal, what you also want to add is a little touch of baking powder. This will help it to boil a little faster. I add a little bit of saffron so you can get a more yellow color. And just some salt to flavor it. Moving on, a lot of you had comment and asked how we do with green seasoning. It's literally in the name. Any green seasoning that you could find, some have a paramint bundle that you'll get all different mint and herbs and saif, celery, shadow benny, all those different things. You could put that in your green seasoning. People will also put pepper, garlic, onion. There's just a lot of fresh herbs and maybe some spices if you want. You could put that in your green seasoning. It's just shadow benny, some saif and celery. You chop that, you put it in your blender. Put some pimentos. And some garlic. And you give that a good blend. This thing I plug on. So we have 2 chicken over here, of which 4.5 pounds. How we're going to season it is with the same green seasoning that I just made. I'm going with 2 big spoons. If you watch, you'll see the seasoning do real smooth and nice. I'm going to go with roughly 3 tablespoons of our all-purpose seasoning. That's a very slight pinch of salt. And the fresh seasoning already have almost everything in it, including garlic. But what I like to do is slice up our onion thin and season with that as well. Put in your onions inside here. And you give this a good mix. Right, so after you give your chicken a good mix, you're just going to set this aside and let it marinate for about half an hour. So you can just let our flavors and everything really infuse into that chicken. So you can get the best stew chicken. I'm going to just check on the dal. Okay, so the grains, it increases in size. When you press it, I find it mashing up good when you press it. When I take it off the stove, it will continue cooking a little more. So I feel this good. I'm going to strain it out and put it one side. Very simple stew chicken today. I don't like to change up stew chicken and do all kind of different things because I mind growing up, like I say in my last video, stew chicken is one of my favorite things to eat, so I like it very plain and simple. Some oil in the pot. Going in with some sugar. Not too much sugar because I mean when the sugar starts to caramelize and I get fluffy, it'll be enough for the stew chicken, right? Let's give this a minute or two to start to caramelize. When you're stewing chicken, don't do like I do and rush to turn the sugar because it go and stick up the spoon and you're not really going to make a big difference. So have some patience. Wait until the sugar start to melt and dissolve in the pot, and then after turn, you see I go in and turn the thing again. I have to get somebody that just leave it alone. Okay. Nice. The sugar dissolve nice. When the sugar starts to dissolve, just keep moving it around in the pot so you wouldn't get any areas that brown more than the other. You wouldn't get any burnt sugar. So today I don't want a stew chicken that's too dark. So I just have to keep monitoring and watching what's going on. Trying to be very careful with this. Not to burn it, right? That's looking perfect. With stew chicken, when I put it in the pot, I like to leave it a little bit. Just spread it out in the pot, but I don't want to turn it at the same point in time because what happens is you have hot melted sugar at the bottom of the pot and the chicken gonna be a little cold after you season it and you leave it to marinate and whatnot. So when you just throw your chicken inside there, sometimes the chicken and the sugar will stick to the bottom of the pot. If it is you go to turn it, your chicken could mash up. You might get some clumps of sugar throughout the chicken, so you just leave it over there for like a minute or two. You could cover the pot and let everything just dissolve back again. Good. So I'm just gonna cover this and let us do its thing. Cook down nice and slow. So let's get started with the dough to make the dhalpuri. Just gonna use some regular all-purpose flour today. This is a 2 kg. I plan to make like about 6 dhalpuri. So I'm gonna average, let's say, about 1/3 of this, 1/3 to a quarter. Then scale walking. So that should be good for dhalpuri. I'm going with some baking powder. Pinch of salt. And some sugar. Last time someone was asking why we keep putting sugar in everything. I like to put sugar in a lot of my ingredients that include flour or that need raisin or anything with yeast. Although this don't have any yeast in it, the sugar will help the dough to be softer and it'll keep your roti from getting stiff. But that's just my opinion, my thoughts on it, because it has worked before, so I'll just continue doing that. So let's make a hole in the center. Strain some water and you just incorporate that. how I start measuring to know if it is my dough would be enough, if I have enough water not to overthrow. You see when your dough get like this, like a real kind of shaggy dough they just call it, that is when I would stop throwing water and just continue kneading that. Because if it is a throw too much water, you have to throw flour, sometimes you have to throw back more water again. And that is what is going all the time with me when I kneading flour, and that is misaverage. So this is just something that you could probably try. And this is just me making roti and bake and failing time after time again until I finally get a good average out of it, so that I wouldn't have to throw back any more flour and any more water. Just work your way right around the bowl, clean it while you're going around. So when they don't come together like this, you see I still throw a little too much water, but it's not much. You see how the dough come together here? I know I could just dust it with a little bit of flour and just fold it into itself, and it'll be good. And some advice I got both from my grandmother and my mother is that how others be overworking the flour, is kneading the flour too much. So you could just let the dough come together properly, clean it out, fold it on itself, and you'll see it get smooth. When it get nice and smooth, that is when you could stop kneading. So I feel like I get the consistency I want here. You see it? So I just gonna fold it onto itself again. So after doing this, a little tip is your dough going to be real tired after that is a lot of work you don't put your dough through. So you're just going to leave it to rest, probably like while you're grinding your dal. If you have time, you put it for half an hour one side, and then you could go ahead and break out the smaller doughs to fill the roti. Make sure and cover it. Alright, so the dough resting, stew chicken cooking, time to grind the dal. Ta-da! I know my mother and I'm seriously going to quarrel because I had this thing in the shop real long now. This is a new one she buy and she bring it in the shop when we used to sell breakfast and roti and thing over here. She never carry it home, so it's mine. Right? So most of you will know how to use this. Set it up, put your dal inside here. Don't throw it down. Turn the handle. The dal come out on the other side. You're good to go. If you don't have this and you want to use a food processor, you could do it. The grains had to be a little more hard than usual. And the best way we find to do it is, while the processor running, you throw the dal through the top. So they'll just put the dal and then put it on, because what would happen is they will just blend everything underneath and the top will remain. You end up in real problems. Trust me, it happened to us already. So while your food processor running, throw in the dal, or hook up a drill to this. So I'm gonna spoon in some dal over here. I don't want any of the dal to fall into the basin, because when you're boiling your roti, the dal grains could burst the roti now. Right? So let's put it in there. You give it a couple turns so it will start to work. Just now, a dal grain. Take it out. Right, give them fire.
Hey, chicken right there.
Safe. Anytime anything started burning in a hot dog, and you, like how we catch it, you just strain your water, leave it for 2 minutes or a minute, and then put it. Good. So we have the dal over here, done grind. We're gonna put a little touch of roasted jeera, some salt, Although I boil with salt, I still bring with a little extra salt in it. And I'm going to put in just a little bit of green seasoning. And I give this a good mix. I see mommy and them do dal already. And sometimes like if it is your overboiled dal and it become too soft, I see there is put it back in a pot and pat it now. First time I'm making dhalpuri by myself, I don't know if it overboiled, I don't know if it's good. So I'm not going to put it back in no pot and do nothing with it. This got to work just so. So I find it looking good. Yeah man, it's looking good. Smelling good. You see? Tasting good. Right, so let me get started with the dhalpuri. I have my dough over here. I have the filling, some dry flour. This is the first time I'm going to make dhalpuri all by myself. Last time I did it with mama. So let me get started. Hope and pray that this goes well. First thing, I'll dust the counter with some flour. Size for the dhalpuri, I feel like this is the size you're looking at. I don't know how big to do it actually. I feel this should be good because when you put the filling, you know, it'll be bigger. So just lay this down on the dry flour. What I'm going to do is I'm going to break out all the loaves first, set it aside, and then I'm going to do the then I'm going to fill them. So I just pinching it to smoothen off the top, and this piece are resting underneath there. So all looking nice and even, that's a good thing. How much I have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 9 dhalpuri we get with this. Now it's for the easy part. To do the filling. Alright, let me just get started, right? So I'm going to dip this in the flour. Two sides. Flatten it out in your hand. And I make a cup. My grandmother just stuck this thing in there. So you do something like that. Just seal it off, I guess. So we really can't see where the seam is or anything like that. I think this is looking real good. So I'll put this aside. And let's continue with the rest. First, I have the extinguisher on hand. Right. So, everything ready for the dhalpuri. I'm going to put the stuff over there to roast for the time being. Keep eye on that while I'm doing the dhalpuri. We're going on multitask. Bygone. Let's go and rub it with a little bit of oil. I'll do the 2. Right, so just keep an eye on that while we're doing the dhalpuri. Make sure on your flour your dough properly, both sides and right around the edges. Dip it on a well floured surface, and you roll it out. I want to take my time and try to do it as slow as possible. Already have the tawa on the stove on a medium to low heat. Right. Yeah, just keep an eye on this. The roti real thin, so I just wanna pay attention to this first one, see how it's going, and then after I'll probably multitask and roll out the next one. Yeah. So after about a minute, a couple seconds literally, you turn it over. And you know you must have an enamel or a silver cup. And you oil the roti all the way around, make sure and get the edges as well. What you can do with the cup itself is just press down the edges of your roti. Right, so there's the first one. The second one I'll try to roll it out even thinner. Yeah, although this one burst, this one come out a lot better because I roll it real thin now. Still attempt this one, man. Right, so you see, roti nice and thin. cook all the way through. I like it a little brown. If it is you see on your towel again, some flour, it might turn a little brown. Just take a napkin and you wipe it off. So, some of my roti bursting for two reasons I already figured out. It's because one, I'm not putting enough flour on the table, and two is I'm leaving the roti too long on the table. So obviously the moisture from the flour sticking onto the table. So I'll do one roti because it's just me alone. I'll do one roti and then after I'll roll out the next one. Good. So we baigan. Yeah, it's feeling like it finished. I'm gonna set this one side. And I'm going to put in the rest of the stuff. The tomatoes, the okra. So the tomatoes looking good. I'm going to take out the tomatoes as well. Put in the okra. Huh? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Reese, it cut good. You do a good job, Pa. I'm proud of you too. This one looking good. This one looking like it as well. Right, so the pepper's finished there. Just gonna take off the stove, put it inside the bowl. All the tomatoes going inside here. It's optional if you want to remove some of the skin. I can remove just like some of the real charred pieces, but the rest I'll leave it. Britannia is something that you want it to look black in color. That's a real rustic look. The okras going in the same time. The couple pimentos. Okay. And now for the baigan. Just gonna take my knife. Cut the stem here. Cut down the center. Open it out. So I'm making some cuts down the baigan like this. And now I'm going to scrape out this, put it inside the bowl. The good thing is the baigan cool properly so it's easy to handle. You wouldn't burn yourself. You see, almost nothing remaining. The only thing remaining back is the skin at the bottom. The season, we're gonna add some salt and some green seasoning. I'm not gonna add anything else, that'll be it. Let's mash everything together now. Ooh. It's a real nice way. No, not too spicy, It's really not too spicy, but it tastes real good. I like this. Alright, time to taste this. The roti first. I'm gonna show you something. You see this? You can't fake that, right? The roti really come out nice. You can smell the dal in it. The stew chicken. We were studying the roti and the chicken almost burned. That's why it come out a little darker than usual. But the Murtani, you gotta take this. Dribbling. You gotta taste it. Lad, I was going good enough. Cut! You gotta taste this. Yeah. You gotta take. Just stop it. Just stop it. You gotta take this Murtani like if it's pepper. Gotta touch. Oh my god. I really don't need to taste anymore to tell you. The Dhalpuri, it's really soft and nice. The filling and thing, tasty. The Murtani, extremely tasty. The baigan, the okra, the tomatoes, hot pepper, the onion, everything just come together to make that so nice, and you get the smoky flavor from it. The stew chicken is a real good stew chicken. Let me be real honest with all you. The little incident where we was occupied with something else and the stew chicken almost burned. It didn't burn, almost burned, because the sugar to get a little darker than usual. So I'll probably pay more attention to that when I stew chicken in next time. But all in all, it's really a good meal. The Dhalpuri, you'll make sure and try to make it yourself. You don't have nothing to lose. Just be patient. When you're rolling out your dough, roll it out thin and nice, and you're good to go. But I know my boy Reese had to come and get in this. Reese, tell me what we're going on there.
Roti so, real so nice. Roti so, Murtani isn't proper. And then not overly spicy, not rare spicy.
Yeah.
The chicken isn't good. Very good. Everything was just well good. You was the best part. Come on, so
I never make Dhalpuri and this roti come out so soft. What is roti?
I don't know.
Yeah, make sure and edit the video good, eh? So there you have it, guys. My version of Dhalpuri, stew chicken and Murtani. I know the roti come out real best. I surprised myself, definitely surprised myself. So that is one of the checklists for roti. Tell me what you all want to see me make next. If you all enjoyed the video, please ensure to like and subscribe. Until the next time, love you all. Bye.